A while ago, I set out to prove that you can trade your way up from a cheap car to a supercar, and over a number of trades, buying, fixing and selling, I have finally got there. But before I show you what I've bought, let's remind ourselves exactly how I got here. If you've never seen my series Chop to the Top before, here's the idea. I started with the cheapest car I could find, in my case a £150 Toyota RAV4, and it was simple. Buy it, fix it and sell it. And the money I get when I sell it is completely reinvested in the next vehicle. Rinse and repeat until I can afford to buy myself a genuine supercar. Now, of course, I could have taken a loan and bought a supercar, but I wanted to earn it. I wanted to prove that you could earn a supercar out of virtually nothing. Now, the rules, again, fairly simple. Every car I sold, all that money would be reinvested into the next car. That includes buying it and fixing it, promoting it, selling it, the lot. Not every deal went to plan. Some cars fought me every step of the way, and there were definitely moments where I wondered if the whole challenge was about to come to an end. Eventually, all those trades led me to a car I'd always wanted, a Bentley Continental GT. The biggest car I'd bought so far and the final step before whatever came next. So I normally start these Chop to the Top videos with a recap of the finances on the previous car to let you know where I am and what I can afford to spend. Now, the Bentley itself, that cost me £13,893.80 including auction buying fees. I then went on to spend a further £792.59 making that car right. So that brings my total investment in the Bentley to £14,686.39. I went on to sell the Bentley for £14,900, meaning quite a skinny profit on that one of £213.61. Now, I know what you're thinking, all that work, all that graft to come out of a £200 profit on a Bentley. What are you thinking? And it is like that sometimes in this game. Sometimes you make an absolute killing on a car, you make a great profit, you're flying high. Other times you just scrape in. In fact, sometimes you make a loss. Luckily this time I didn't make a loss, but I did just scrape in. The important thing though is that the game keeps going. We keep trading up, we keep earning a little bit here, a lot there. We keep earning, we keep working towards a supercar. So the Bentley sold for less than 15 grand, and you're probably saying, well, that's not enough to buy a supercar. What's that there? Remember though, I had money that was unspent in the kitty, an amount of £19,201.76 in fact. So if you combine those two figures, the sale price of the Bentley and the unspent money from the kitty, I had a total of £34,101.76 to buy my next car. And that is the money I used to buy that supercar right there. So those of you who've been following Chop to the Top, I know you've been crying out for an update, and I've been saying it's coming, it's coming. There's been a delay. Now, there is a story of its own as to why there has been a delay, and I'm going to cover that in another video. It is, like I say, a story in its own right. But for now, let's focus on this Chop to the Top update. In fact, this Chop to the Top finale, where I finally bought my supercar. So enough cloak and dagger, let's reveal it. That's right, I have bought an Audi R8, but this is no ordinary Audi R8. This is a V8 Spider, and that makes it quite unusual. You see, they didn't sell many V8 Spiders. If you'd gone into an Audi dealership in 2011 and you wanted a Spider, you may as well have spent a little bit more and got the V10. And as a result, they didn't sell many V8s. But a V8 paired with that gated 6-speed manual is, in my opinion, one of the last great, true and genuine analog supercars. So for me, it had to be a V8, it had to be a gated manual, and it had to be beautiful. And God, does this thing tick those boxes. Now, I know there may be some people in the comments who are thinking, or perhaps even saying, it's an Audi, it's not a supercar, but I couldn't disagree with you more. Look at it this way. We've got a mid-engine, naturally aspirated V8. In the middle, we've got a gated 6-speed manual. In the front, we've got about the same amount of practical luggage space as a Labrador wearing a backpack. And overall, we've got looks and a soundtrack that could melt your heart. So that's just a brief introduction to the supercar that I've bought. Let's go out on the road and chat about it a little bit more. So you're joining me out on the road in Audi R8 Spider, and it feels so sweet being behind the wheel of this car. And that is because ever since I started Chop to the Top, I have always had, in my mind at least, the Audi R8. It's the supercar I wanted to get to. And if you look back at some of my older videos and thumbnails, where I've included a silhouette of the supercar that I'm trading up to, the keen-eyed amongst you might notice that it is actually, in fact, the silhouette of an Audi R8. So it's always the car I've wanted. I've always wanted an R8. Ever since I first saw one in 2007, I fell in love with the look of these cars, and it's something I've always wanted. So when I was thinking about trading up, for me, it was the absolute pinnacle of cool. It's what I wanted. So you may be able to hear during this driving piece, this Audi R8 sounds particularly nice, and that is because it's got a stainless Miltech exhaust, and that is something that I wanted to fit to any Audi R8 that I bought, but I just got super lucky when I found this car in the fact that it already had a stainless Miltech exhaust fitted, so that was an absolute bonus for me. See, that happens when you're driving an R8. People just seem to love them. Now, this is a 15-year-old car, and people still look at it and react to it like it's a 3-year-old Ferrari. And that's what's so great about an R8. It's such a radical piece of design that people love it. And I'm one of those people. I absolutely love it as well. What a car. So over the course of Chop to the Top, which has been, I think, 16 or 17 trades to get to this point, I've had some real fun. Some of the cars I've bought and driven and owned have been things that I've wanted to get my hands on for a long time. For example, that beautiful Toyota Land Cruiser I did. What a car. That is definitely something I wish I could have kept. But of course, I said at the time, I can't keep it because Chop to the Top has to go on. The Bentley GT, another example of a car that I really enjoyed. And I did keep that one for quite a while actually, because a car I've always wanted, I couldn't just have it for 5 minutes, so I kept that a while. And that is why the Chop to the Top process has taken a few years now. And I get that question a lot in the comments, how long does it take? Well, in honesty, if I was just focusing on Chop to the Top, it probably would have taken me less than 6 months to do this. But Chop to the Top has always been a hobby for me. It goes alongside my car sales business. So any cars that I've got that need preparing, fixing, selling, they take priority, because at the end of the day, this is a business and cars need to sell. All the Chop to the Top stuff happens in my own time and in between other jobs, just when I've got free time really. So that's why it's taken a little while. And pair that with the fact that I've kept a few of the cars for a few months at a time because I've wanted to have the ownership experience. That's why it hasn't been an overnight process. So since I've been doing Chop to the Top, several other YouTube channels and YouTubers have started attempting their own trading up journeys, and some of them got 2 cars in, some even got 3 cars into the process, but all of them have gone quiet. Every single one, as far as I'm aware, has either stopped the process or quietly swept it under the rug. And that is because it is not easy to do this. But I've said since day one, I will trade my way up to a supercar. If you follow this channel, if you subscribe, if you put your faith in me, I will do this. And here we are today in an Audi R8 Spider, all the way from a £150 Toyota RAV4. It's unbelievable. But I'm so pleased to be here, and to those of you who've been with me for most of the journey, if not all of it, I can only say a massive thank you for putting up with my original videos, which looking back now, the editing was subpar at best, and you stuck with me, you stayed with the process. I told you I would do it, I told you I'd get us to a supercar, and hopefully you are even 10% as pleased today as I am to be in this Audi R8. So where do we go from here? For me, we have reached my absolute dream car, but there is something I do need to tell you. However, I think that's best done back at the yard. Okay guys, here we are back at the yard. I said there was something I wanted to talk to you about, and it is this. Where do we go from here? For me, the Audi R8 is the absolute pinnacle. It's a car I've wanted from the start, and here we are, I now own it. But do I keep going from this point? Do I try and trade up to something like a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, maybe even a McLaren? Do I keep climbing the ladder? Or do I start again? I'll go out and find the cheapest car I can find, probably the worst car I can find to be honest, and start the process all over again and see where I can get to with Chop to the Top Series 2. I don't know which direction to go with this, but I need you guys to tell me what you'd prefer to see. So let me know down in the comments right now. Also, if you're not subscribed by now and you've enjoyed this thing, this video, this whole story, and you want to see what happens next moving forward from here, make sure you are subscribed. Hit the button now. You will see my videos as they are produced. But for now, guys, that is it. I want to say a really special thank you to every one of you who've been watching the Chop to the Top series from the early days. To have you along on this journey has made it so much more fun, bringing you the videos, showing you the sort of thing I do to the cars. It's just made it that much more enjoyable. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you'll stay with me whether I decide to keep going up beyond the R8 into the sky highs of McLaren and Lamborghini, or if we start again with something even worse than a Toyota RAV4 for £150. Hopefully you'll join me on those videos, and together we'll see where we end up. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and I will of course catch you on the next one. Cheers.